Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Sulistia Damayanti and welcome back to a new lesson. Well, in today's lesson, we are going to look at business English phrases related to changing appointments. Now, in the corporate world, people tend to meet their client, suppliers, owners, managers, and so on. Now, how do you arrange for these meetings? That's what we are gonna learn in today's lesson. We are going to look at some phrases that would help you to arrange for these meetings. And we are also going to learn how to change travel plan. So let's get started. Part 1. Changing plans for appointment. Before we discussing how to change appointment plans, let's listen to this conversation.
A client, Mr. Andre, phones Mrs. Rose, a recruitment agent, to cancel his appointment and asks for another time.
Mrs. Rose, I am prepared to see you tomorrow, but circumstances urge me to go to Jakarta tomorrow. I'm sorry about this, but it's unavoidable.
No problem, Mr. Andre. I can understand.
I'll be back on Friday next week. Will it be possible to see you then?
I'm afraid I'll be very busy in the next 2 weeks. Why don't you try to arrange it with my secretary?
Oh, all right, I will. Thank you.
The conversation Mr. Andre cannot see Mrs. Rose because he had to go to Jakarta at the same time. At first he apologized and then tried to suggest another time to meet Mrs. Rose, but Mrs. Rose refused the time suggested by him because she's very busy and suggested to contact the Mrs. Rose secretary to reschedule the appointment. And now, how do you cancel and change your appointment? Probably you have already decided on a time and you are okay. And yes, you were okay at the time and you were agreed to it. But now there's something come up and you have to cancel. Do not cancel at the last minute, okay? If your meeting is at 5 p.m., you cannot call a person at 4:55 and say, "Hey, look, something has come up and I cannot meet you." That would be so rude and not professional at all. So please try to call a little earlier. Probably if you have a meeting in the evening, you call up in the morning and tell him or her that you would like to cancel the appointment. And how do you do that? Well, you can say, "I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. Something's come up. I can't get out of it." So, probably, yes, something has really come up and you want to be able to meet that person. So, you would say that, "I'm sorry" or "I'm afraid." Okay? The first thing that you're going to do is apologize. So, you're going to say, "I'm afraid I want to be able to make it. Something's come up. I can't get off of it." So, that's how you will say. It's another phrase that you can use is, "I'm sorry about this. Something just cropped up and I want to be able to meet you today." So the word crop up, the expression crop up is just very similar to come up. So crop up is when something has come up, something that you have to do and you won't have to do. So I'm sorry about this. Something has just cropped up and I want to be able to meet you today. And in other place, you also can say, "I'm sorry about this, but it's unavoidable." Again, you have to going to apologize. So this the way you would cancel and change the appointment. After you cancel the appointment, you probably suggest another time. So how do you do that? Well, we will say, "Could we make it tomorrow instead? Is that okay?" So probably tomorrow you're not very busy and you have time that you can be allotted to someone else. So you can say, "Could we make it someone instead? Is that okay?" It's very important for you to ask this question because again you are respecting the other person's time as well. So is that okay? Has to be asked. Will this time suit the other person? So you have to ask this. These are the expressions that will help you to decline kind of course such as some other time. And the next is part 2, changing plans for travel. Before that, listen to this conversation.
Dave goes to the flight agency to rebook their flight. In spite of stopping over in Jakarta, he wants to fly direct to London.
I wonder if you could help me. I'd like to cancel my flight to Jakarta and rebook to London.
Sure, we can do that. When do you want to go?
Tomorrow?
There are two flights in the morning and the evening. Which would you prefer?
In the evening, please.
I'll give you your tickets.
Will you refund the old tickets?
Yes, and we'll subtract them from the new tickets.
Oh, that'll be easier, I guess.
Certainly. And so you have to pay $400 for each. That makes $800 altogether.
Oh, thank you very much.
You know that Dick asked to cancel his flight and book a flight to London. The expression he used and the flight agents used was one of the changing travel plans expression and how to respond to them as flight agents. Besides the sentence above, we can also express it in the following sentence. To changing travel plan, we can say, I wonder if we could alter our booking, or I'd like to cancel my flight ticket to Jakarta and rebook to Balikpapan. Or we also can say it is possible to cancel the ticket and change it for one way to Jakarta, or would it be possible to cancel that? And if you are as a flight or travel agent, you can respond like that. Yes, we can do that. Or yes, that will be alright. You can also say, do you want to cancel? Like this. And if you are the customer, probably you have to explain the reason why you change your plane. You can say, I was going to order two tickets but I want to cancel because I was sick, or I was going to book two tickets but today my brother cannot attend with me. Now that you have established this process that will help you to make cancel and change appointment and change your travel plan, go ahead and use them. It's extremely helpful in your day. Thank you and see you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.